they improve to 4-0. The Eagles won today despite Jalen Hurts failing to complete a pass in the second half. In fact, it's the second week in a row that Hurts has coupled a subpar performance in one half with an outstanding performance in the other. Still, it's enough for Philly to win for the 20th time in 21 games. Our South Pal caught up with Quinyon Mitchell after the game.
Baker Mayfield does an amazing job throwing the ball downfield, doesn't he? He hit 2 of them on you, but you guys hung in there.
Yeah, he's a competitor. You know, he's going to compete. You know, we knew coming in, you know, the type of quarterback he was, going to take every chance and every throw, and we just rose to the challenge.
We're 4-0. But, again, the way we played the second half this week and the way we played the first half last week, especially on offense, we won't have a hard time winning football games. So we just got to continue to improve, continue to gel, find, I hate using this word, but identity within offense and in the run game. And that's what the season's for.
We were just kind of lifeless to begin with in the first half. We got punched in the mouth going at halftime, look at the scoreboard, you're like, all right, what are we going to do now? But we're too damn good to wait to get hit in the mouth. We got to come out swinging. We got to play better. This group's too damn good to start slow, and until we take accountability to that, it should piss us off. Even though it's week 4, this should piss us off. We've talked about starting fast, playing better ball, and we did not do that today.
No, but they sure gave the Eagles a run for their money. Coach, big road win for Philly, but you still got questions about them.
Well, you do, and this was an important road win in the fact that Baker Mayfield had beaten these guys 2 out of 3 times. I mean, Baker was 2-1 against Philadelphia. Philadelphia went there a day early, knowing that let's prepare for the weather. But they still struggle some offensively. And I think if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, or if you're a Philadelphia Eagle coach on the offensive side, you're trying to figure out, how do we balance this offense? Here again, I say it every week. They have a player named A.J. Brown. Yeah. He's number 11. I think he caught 2 passes. Whew. I mean, and look, I'm not saying you got to throw the ball all the time, but I do believe this. He gets a lot of single coverage on his side because they load the box to stop the run. So they have a new coordinator, obviously, in Kevin Petula. Right. He's learning how to do this. And once this thing gets going, boy, it's really going to get going because their defense is good enough. Their front played well. They generally do. And the secondary played pretty good today, improved. So this team, when you look at them, they're 4-0, undefeated. Yeah. And they haven't played up to their potential yet. That's the good part.
That's amazing, especially for Eagles fans out there who look at this. They look at the A.J. Brown performance. They're not going over top the defense, try to get to him. So they still have more that they can do. So, look, Philly fans, I'm from Philly. We love to criticize. They're 4-0. They got the Broncos next week. What's the formula, as you see it, to get them right offensively then?
Well, I just think, when you have a series of plays, how do you get everybody involved? It's easy for me to say I'm sitting here. I'm not the play caller. Yeah. But you got to convert on third downs so you can get everybody in the mix. And I think when they get a flow of doing that, they're going to be really tough on offense. I mean, because they have the potential of being outstanding on offense. But the one thing the Philadelphia Eagles do, and you have to love them for this, they find ways to win.
They do.
They're 4-0 for a reason. You're 4-0, and you can sit there and say, the head coach can walk in there and say, guys, we're not playing our A game yet. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Key sacks, key stops. Last week it was a block field goal. I mean, just every single week they find a way to get it done.
Find a way to win.
This week. What you expected in this one, and Patrick Mahomes finished with 4 passing touchdowns on Sunday. That puts him over 250 for his career. He achieved the feat in just 116 games, faster than any other player in NFL history. Mahomes did it in 5 fewer games than the previous record holder, Aaron Rodgers. Jeff Darlington caught up with Xavier Worthy, his wideout, post-game.
Xavier, welcome back. How'd it feel to be back?
Man, it felt amazing just to be out there on the field with guys, man. Long off season, and I just was hoping to come in and get everything going, and it didn't happen how I wanted, but I'm here now, and I'm here and ready to go.
You know this Chiefs team is never going to put too much on one person, but having you back did feel like it changed the offense. How much did you feel that being out there?
Man, just me being out there, I feel like I just want to be the guy to make the play, and I feel like I always just put that on myself to be out there and get the energy going on offense.
What else was working? It's been a minute since I've seen 37 points on the scoreboard here. What was going so well for this team?
Man, I feel like all week the guys were locked in. We had great practices, and we just kept stacking, and I feel like we're just going to continue to get better and better.
I know Patrick has said it himself, when we get our guys back, you got one of his guys back. What does this mean for the season moving forward?
Man, we just can't wait to get 4 back, man. It's going to be fireworks.
That's right. All right, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.
All right, when we get our guys back, and you saw that offense, the Chiefs played like a Super Bowl contender today, Coach. But, we talk about the difference here. I know Xavier Worthy's a great player, but this was a completely different Chiefs team. What did you say?
Especially offensively.
Yeah.
Defensively, they have been playing consistent for about a month. But this offense finally showed up. The big explosive plays down the field. That opened up a lot of running lanes. Patrick Mahomes was carrying this football team. I mean, he was their #1 runner for about the first 2 or 3 weeks, right? But now it all comes to fruition. This is the Chiefs that we anticipate seeing on opening day. It's taken them a little while, but AFC, beware. The Chiefs are back.
Is this sustainable, or is this a one-off? I know Xavier Worthy's a great player, but still, this is 10 times better offensively than they've been so far this season.
Yeah, now they got Worthy and obviously got Thornton and Ewan. And Kelsey looked rejuvenated today.
Okay, all
he
right.
made a couple catches, right? The running game with Pacheco. So all these guys who were involved, they played at home, played a really good opponent in the Ravens. And I thought it would be more competitive than this. But the Chiefs just kept pulling away from them, and the Ravens had no answer for it.
Speaking of the Ravens, 1-3 right now.
Yeah, boy.
Who saw that coming? Are you worried about them? How worried are you about them right now?
It's a concern.
Yeah.
It really is a concern.
Are they Super Bowl contenders still?
After today?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no because it's Lamar Jackson. It's the Baltimore Ravens. And you always see them in the playoffs. But they got to get this thing turned around. They need to figure out what they are on offense. They're struggling a little bit with, are they a run team, or are they going to get the ball to Derrick Henry? Is Lamar Jackson running the ball? I mean, did you hear the tight end today, Andrew? Where was the tight end? I didn't hear about the tight ends. It just looked like a different Ravens offense. Now, Chiefs defense is good as well. So, be interesting to see.
And they've had some tough competition first couple games, but still, no one saw them coming out 1-3. That's just a shock. By the way, from the Elias Sports Bureau, today, Mark Matthew Stafford's 14 career game-winning passing touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter or overtime. That ties Tom Brady for the most by any quarterback in NFL history. New on SportsCenter, the Rams getting the win. Here's Sean McVay speaking to the media.
All right, we're not a boring team to watch, I guess, but man, our guys just did a great job. I mean, what an amazing credit to so many guys. But you talk about complimentary ball, you're talking about handling the ebbs and flows. That's a damn football team that's played really well. I can't say enough about just the way that I thought it was big to be able to get the touchdown at the end of the half. It was a great job by Matt in the offense. And then to come out, there was a little lull offensively. When we got the turnover, when we turned the ball over and they have a chance to really go up 2 possessions, for our defense to hold them to a field goal right there and keep it at a 1-possession game, unbelievable job. Unbelievable credit to our defense. And then offensively, and being able to go drive the length of the field to get a touchdown, some big-time conversions. I thought Matthew did a great job keeping the ball in play. Devontae made some plays. Obviously, Puka on the 4th down to be able to score. Kyron was tough as hell. Really the offense in general. And then for the defense to be able to get the stop. I mean, in Verse when he forced the fumble on the previous drive. But then for the defense to be able to get the stop right there. They punted deep. And then, Tutu Atwell's a guy. He's been ready. He's had some opportunities. And he just delivered in a big-time moment to go for an 88-yard touchdown. Cam Curl to be able to make the pick, and then offense to end with the ball. I love this team. Really proud of the way that our field goal operation handled themselves today against another really good rush. I thought special teams was really solid. This was a good team win against a really good team. And we won't have much time to enjoy it, but it sure makes for a good next couple days. And we got to be ready to roll against the Niners on Thursday. Yeah, he got his thumb banged up a little bit. He came out and looked pretty good in the second half. What'd you think? He was okay? Yeah, he's going to be all right.
Hey, you know what? The Rams, I feel like every year they kind of sneak up on people. They're 3-1. Their only loss to the undefeated Eagles. How high do you see their ceiling?
They're one of the better teams in the NFC. When you think about, we talked about, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of those teams. They've only lost to the Eagles. The Rams lose to the Eagles on a block kick. I mean, the Rams are lining up to.
They had that.
So it's not like they have to hide and say we're not. And they play complementary football. Defensively, they don't get enough credit for how good they are on defense. And Matthew Stafford, obviously, with the ball in his hand, with the last possession of the game to win a game, he can win it.
Yeah.
Because he's that kind of quarterback. And they have enough guys on offense, they can score the ball. So this is a dangerous team. The Rams and the Bucs are dangerous. if you're the Eagles and the Eagles are supposed to be the best team right now, and they are, they're 4-0, they're looking at those guys and say, this is a close game.
Yeah.
Right?
High praise. They're right behind you,
Yes.
and they're doing good. People overlook them, but they are a good team, those Rams. The G-Men rookies on this day did not disappoint against the Chargers. Dart, Cam Scatterbo became the second pair of rookies, Giant rookies in the last 75 seasons to each rush for 50 yards and score a touchdown in the same game. Big Blue gets win number 1 of the season, and the Chargers get their first loss. Kimberly Martin caught up with Dexter Lawrence after the win.
You almost made it into the end zone. You almost made it into the end zone. How'd you let him catch you?
Well, to start, I told him this week, watch when I get the ball in my hands and see what happens. I got tackled, but it's all good. I gave us a short field on offense, and that's all that matters.
For you guys, for them to come in here, the Chargers being undefeated, for Justin Herbert to be playing as well as he has been, you guys were all over him today. What was the game plan to get him off his game?
It was just a mentality on the defense. You know, we had to come in with an attitude, and we wanted to be bullies today, and and put that product, not just talk about it, be about it, and we got the W.
I obviously want to give a big shout out to Russ. I know that this week probably wasn't the easiest thing, but he handled it like a professional and just was a mentor for me. So, obviously just have a ton of respect for him, and it goes for Jameis as well, just getting me prepared for this week. I was just staring at the clock, just waiting for it to count down, but John Runyon was right next to me, and that was a cool moment to have with him, and it was just special to get the first one, and this is just a start.
That was a W in Jackson Dart's first start. Coach, I got to say, a lot of people, me included, were saying you're going to start him against the undefeated Chargers, and yet he still got the dub. How are the Giants able to get this done?
Well, a couple things. They ran the ball very well. He ran it good, too, as a runner at times when they used him. But don't lose sight of this. The Giants' defense played really well. Their front four got after the quarterback.
Yep.
I mean, and that had a lot to do with that momentum of the defense, the way they got after the quarterback, but you have to give Dart a lot of credit. And the offensive play callers that put him in position to have some success. They ran the ball for almost 160 yards. They had 35 minutes of time possession. Right? So all these things matter in a game when you're starting a young quarterback, and then your defense on top of it never let the score get away from him. It was always kind of a tight game, and they just let him play. He never had to worry about, I got to catch up. I can just play quarterback.
Yeah,
so it was an outstanding job by the Giants organization.
An outstanding job by Russell Wilson, too, supporting
Yes.
him all week despite being displaced as a starter. Kind of incredible there. Now, it's bittersweet news because we're still waiting to get word on the extent of Malik Neighbors' injury.
Yeah.
You got a rookie quarterback. Neighbors is their superstar. If he misses significant time, how does Daboll ensure success for Dart without their big-time player?
Well, and this is what good teams do. When one of your star guys goes down, everybody else has to, add to the pie now.
Yeah.
And they'll find ways to get people the ball. I mean, they did a nice job today, I think, with handling the quarterback. He's a little bit of an emotional kid. You can tell, right? He's got a lot of energy, right?
He's fiery,
and which is good. And I think the Giant fans love that. But you got to calm him down some now. You just got to, hey, man, just, his first game, he's excited. Just think his rookie wins his first game in New York. That's pretty good.
I know. You're flying on cloud 9, but at some point, those clouds are going to come crashing down. But, hey, for now, it's fantastic, and congratulations to him and the Giants.